Lower cross syndrome happens when you sit too much. And almost all of us do, whether you have a desk job or not. Our society just has a lot of sitting involved with it. But if you do have a desk job, then you're even more prone to this. So lower cross syndrome is basically when the muscles on the front of your hips become incredibly tight, and it begins to throw off the dynamic of where your pelvis is in space. It should be in a neutral position, and it starts to tilt it forward. So you might end up with a little bit of like a duck butt happening. You notice that in photos you have a belly hanging forward that's actually not there, but it looks like it because you're really, really tight and everything is drawn forward. Additionally, a lot of times people will have pain in the front of their legs from this, or even low back issues. And so to take care of this, we're working on it every time that you come into the office to restore the structural dynamic there. But at home, there's a few things that you can do to help with the exercise, with exercises. So the first thing is that if you've been assigned a lumbar traction pillow, to make sure that you're using it every day. We have the starter one and the larger one. And then the other thing that you can do along with it is to use a heating pad across the front of your hips while you're doing your traction pillow to help relax those over tight muscles and also the fascia layer there along with it. And then we're going to go into some releases that you can do both with stretching and with a tennis ball to help release all of the damage done from just too much sitting over time. The first home exercise that you'll want to perform if you have this lower cross syndrome is to make sure that you're doing your lumbar and cervical traction pillow every day. So Catherine's here helping me, and she has her lumbar traction pillow placed and her cervical traction pillow placed. You never want to do the lumbar without the cervical. It's very important that you do both at the same time and make sure that the placement is correct. So you want the top of this at the bottom of the ribs, and you want the bottom of it before your hips start. While you're doing the traction pillow, you can use a heating pad across the front of the hips to help release all of these tight muscles here. So you'll just get it in place and push it down. And you'll want to do your traction pillows for the full 15 minutes. And you can do the heat for that full time too if it feels great. Or if you need a little break, just 5 to 10 minutes is effective as well. So this is something that you'll want to do every day along with your prescribed exercises to help to release the front of the hips so that the dynamic of your pelvis and your low back can begin to heal.